look who is back. I miss y'all, and y'all know the drill. When I say that I miss y'all, I just really mean I miss recording these things and editing these things and putting it up on YouTube for y'all to not watch. I mean, y'all have been watching lately, I think. Welcome to this week's Red Ink Corner. Thank you for clicking on this video. I have done a video in the past where I talk about how to maintain your sanity while working from home. And this was April of last year, right when the mandate to work from home became a thing. I rewatched that video last week and I was like,
girl, you didn't listen to none of your tips.
So this is part 2 of that video. I'm providing additional tips that I actually do. First video is nice, it's cute. I think you should still watch it. The tips are nice to do. I'll put that little link up here. This video is that will actually maintain your sanity while you're working from home. Part 2. Okay, so in the beginning of the original How to Stay Sane While Working From Home, I highlight 3 tips that you should try to achieve every day that you are working from home. I'll replay the video here. So the 3 most important things that you want to keep at the forefront of your mind is maintain home-work-life balance, remain productive in both settings, and above all else, stay sane while doing it. I still believe in maintaining those 3 things. I also talk about how to maintain those things. So I deviated from all of this, okay? So this is where I'm going to start my new set of rules I'm going to present to you guys today, okay? Because I went in depth in this video April of last year, and I think that this new 2021 maintaining sanity needs to start with yourself. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you. I have 102 of you now. And if you're new, welcome. If you would like to see more videos like this one or have a recommendation on something that you would like to see, go ahead and subscribe. Leave a comment below. If you leave a comment, the only way you know if I take your the only way you know that I take your recommendation is if you subscribe. So go ahead, do it. Hit the alert button and share this video for other people you know who are also struggling with working from home. Thank you. My first tip to maintaining your sanity while you work from home is setting boundaries for yourself. Sometimes when we're working late, it's not because our boss is expecting us to or our coworker is waiting for an email response. It's oftentimes in our head. At least it is for me. I'll work late because of tasks or things on my to-do list that I just want to check off. And it's okay if it sits there and waits until tomorrow, especially if no one is hounding you for it. If it hits 5 o'clock and you have 3 more things on your to-do list, but no one is forcing you to do it, go ahead and close up that laptop, sis. It's okay. It is okay to set boundaries for yourself. Prioritize yourself. Be okay with putting yourself first and giving yourself boundaries. There's a lot of yous in this. You, do for you. Make yourself the priority. It's fine. I lost that in this past year of COVID. So this is something that I'm constantly reminding myself to do. Since I've implemented it, I have had a much better outlook on life. My tip number 2, especially for those couples that are both teleworking from home. Maybe you don't want to go to a restaurant, you're not really sure about outside just yet. So get creative with date nights. My tip number 2 is to get creative with your date ideas. Ooh. One of the things that my husband and I does, I don't even think that I don't know if this is a date idea, but I think it's cute. And I don't even know if he thinks it's cute, but what I will do is I'll do a surprise lunch. Food gets here, I put it out, I like lay it out as if I cooked, and we'll eat lunch together. So a lot of times we don't eat at the same time, or I'm eating and working, or he's eating and working, or, sometimes when he is afforded the lunch break, he'll catch up with whatever's on TV. So sometimes I force us to sit down and eat lunch together and like put it on a plate as if it's a date meal, if that makes sense. I don't have any pictures of this. I need to take a picture. Another thing that we do in the house that forces us to be together without getting on each other's nerves, I guess, is we developed a drink competition. So we will pick a liquor for the week. We are cognac drinkers, or I should say we're brown liquor drinkers. Hennessy, whiskey, bourbons, that's like what we tend to drink. We decided to try different alcohols and different drink concoctions with them. So when we do have friends come over, we can make different drinks for them, and they're just not forced to drink our Hennessy, because that's usually all we have in the house. Our engagement photo shoot was at a speakeasy, so specialty cocktails are kind of our thing. And I have a recipe book. So each of us writes down our different recipes, and I don't really think it's a competition because we're just taste testing each other's drinks and there's no one to tell us whose is better. It's fun though. It's fun. We like to call ourselves like a certified bartender. When we have like a get together, finally, I think that we're going to have like A1 drinks. It's not going to be your Hennessy and ginger ale, okay? It's going to be some top notch. You're going to want to come over to the Williams house. Ideas like that. Get creative with your date ideas. Number 3, I had to do this early on because the news is depressing. Turn the TV off. Turn your TV off, put your phone down, turn off those alerts to CNN or to whatever news outlet that you use. It's okay not to be in the know all of the time. Some things we just don't need to continue to see and continue to watch. And it is okay to unplug. Trust me, okay? The justice system is not going to change overnight. You're not going to miss it. Politics is still going to be corrupt. You're not going to miss it. Someone is going to get killed, shot, robbed. It's all still going to be there, and you don't have to be in the know, okay? And I'm sure if world peace were to happen, one of your girlfriends or your mom, your dad will give you a call and tell you world peace is happening right now and you're missing it. Speaking of your girlfriends, I am on my tip number 4. This is one that I held on to in the April video. Talk to your friends. Talk to your friends. Be with your friends. The people outside of your house and outside of your coworkers, they are a breath of fresh air, or at least they should be a breath of fresh air every time you talk to them. If you're talking to your friends, every time they talk to you, they're bringing you down, or they got a sob story every single time, and you mentally cannot handle it. Back to my tip number 1. Them boundaries are important, baby. Them boundaries are important. It is okay to not be there for your friend who is constantly... Now, I'm not saying if your friend is calling you once, crying once or twice, and like she genuinely needs you, obviously genuinely be there for her. But through this quarantine, through this COVID, if she's constantly calling you crying and you can't take it mentally, you can't be there for someone else if you're not there for yourself. So it's okay. It's okay to reel it in and pour into yourself first before you can pour into that person. However, that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is setting up some girl time. So again, if you don't want to do the whole restaurant thing and you don't want to go to brunch, one of the things that I've been doing, wineries. I've been going to a lot of wineries lately. I won't say how many I've gone to, but I've had a lot of winery dates. Another thing that I've done is picnics. I've met girlfriends in Georgetown, DC. You sit out there on the water and you can people watch and catch up and drink mimosas or wine. You can eat your favorite takeout or eat, cheese and fruits. I'll say some of the best conversations that I've had during quarantine is out on that lawn in Georgetown, I will say. So decompress with your girlfriends. It's okay to meet up with your girlfriends, practicing social distance. I don't even know if social distance is a thing anymore. CDC is so confusing, or maybe I'm the only one who is confused. Whether you're vaccinated, not vaccinated, masked up, no mask. I just don't see how anything is going to be regulated. Like, music festivals are coming back this summer, and I don't see nothing about how you're going to be protected. Or I wonder if you have to be vaccinated to go to a music festival. I don't know. I love me a music festival. I love music festivals. But I'm not going to no music festivals anymore. And my last tip number 5, I think this is tip number 5. As the world is opening back up, I'm sure your office is talking about reopening if it hasn't reopened already. This goes back to setting boundaries for yourself. It is okay to say no.
I do not feel comfortable coming back into the office.
If you have watched my page before, or if you follow content of mine, you know one of the questions that I ask when you're interviewing with companies or when you're going back to work is, does that company have a policy in place for infectious disease management or COVID-19 management, whatever they want to call it? Do they have a policy in place for it? Will the company cover your leave in the event that you get exposed? Will the company pay you 100% if you have to quarantine for 14 days? Again, I don't know if these are all still things anymore with this whole CDC thing, but I don't know if your company mandates vaccines to go into the building. So these are things you have to think of, and you should be able to ask HR or whoever the office manager is that is regulating, people coming back to the office. But know that it is okay and it is well within your will to say no to coming back into the office for health concerns. It is by law. I can't say that. Can I say that? I was going to say
by law they can't make you come back into the office.
But I don't know. Anyway, look into their actual guidelines and all that jazz. And if you feel forced, it's also okay to leave that company. In the event that you want to leave your company and you want something that is 100% remote and you need an updated resume in order to do that, go ahead and contact me. I would be happy to work on your resume to help get you into a better situation for yourself and your family, because at the end of the day, your health is important to you and your family. The company needs to make sure your health is their number one priority. Amongst their number one priority. Anyway, so contact me. My email address is below. So that is the end of this video. I hope that between this Sanity video and the April 2020 Sanity video, you have learned a thing or two or have adopted a thing or two that you do in your everyday working from home routine. And if you have implemented any of these tips or have additional tips, please leave that comment below so that, you know, I know that my videos are meaningful and that you're watching. Thank you, and I will see you guys next